Hey there. Gonna play Marcus for League and also a Raider cage match. So, um, we'll get to figure out if Raider works at all or not. Maybe. So we don't have trashing here, but there's a variety of draw and there's buy. Well, unless Druid has flames. Never mind, there's trashing. Druid has flames, so probably worth it. What are the other two? The other two are not great-ish, but maybe worth it for the one card trashing. Seems reasonable given that there's an engine to build and alt VP. Probably the trashing will pay off in the end, though it's not like a super great 5-2 would be really nice. It's not so great to use your 3 on it. But it feels like you don't want to delay it. It's like a worst trade route opening basically. I mean, you could wait to get it. You could go like Silver Dungeon and then try and take the get a stables or archive and then go back for the druid. I'm gonna try that without having particularly high confidence in it, though I will take the druid now. You would really like to mostly be discarding charms to your, like, really have a lot of your, you're never going to have a lot, but some of your copper's trashed. I had a good shuffle as far as what I wanted to get done in this shuffle. Question is for my 5 if I want to archive or a stables. I mean, charm is not ridiculous either, but not yet, I don't think. So the charm is like, what is it? What are you charming? I mean, you're very unlikely to draw 7, so you're not going to get 2 5s out of it. You might get a port and a conspirator. I mean, you might hit 6 with it, but it's not necessarily that great. So the question is then, I think I'll hold on the charm. I mean, I always do, right? But then get a stables. I'm really not, like, you know, brimming with confidence over that. Here I'm willing to get a charm. I guess this is not like the best shuffle ever, but it's okay. Pretty nice, actually. So I do want a dungeon or another dungeon for sure, but maybe I can pick it up here. Just see what I draw. I may find my silver. I don't know if I want the second silver. I'm gonna find it hard to buy a raider as long as there's stables left, I think. You know, emotionally or something. I'm gonna find it hard to overcome that prejudice against raiders. It's a third dungeon. Okay. So I guess the question here is whether I would like 5 dungeon silver or conspirator port. It's just got to be a 5, right? And by A5 I mean stables. Hopefully he didn't find his charm here. He did. Okay. I would expect either a second charm or stables archive here. Gold Raider is just too early. You just get beat up here if you don't have draw. The fairgrounds will be worth 6 easy. Eventually they'll beat you up by... So he went for double... I don't know what the ports do, to be honest. But I guess they're not like the worst thing ever. So I can have 6. It could be a double dungeon. Could be. He is moving with his dungeon, so that's good for him. I think I have stables conspirator in here. I am gonna just pick up another stables. Hopefully there comes a point where the better draw pans out for me versus his cycling. He's gonna get again a lot of money here and probably the charm. I guess I don't know for sure, but I'm pretty happy to have trashed 2 estates versus his none. Well, his 1 now. But him finding the charms and not bottom decking them on these big money turns has been pretty nice for him. He gets another charm, I think that's fine. This draw sucked. I think it is pretty clear that I need another dungeon. I assume again that he'll have this charm and I'll cry. Well, he has 2 charms now, so having one of them is not in any way surprising. But he is going for the money. I just does not feel like the time to me. But what do I know? Very little. Okay. I mean, I anticipate making a play like that at some point in here, but those dungeons are really just shrinking his deck, even though it's bigger than mine. It's pretty scary. The Raider's going to be a bit of a pain here. Feels like his draws have been better than average, but I don't know. So the story here looks like the dungeon's doing a lot of work. I don't really want to do that, and I probably could have played it. That was a terrible draw to find the druid first. Yeah, that's really bad. So I would like to... Yeah, I'm gonna... I don't know if this is right. Probably not. I have a lot of stables. We'll just see what we get back around to. Okay, we mostly drew the deck. But yeah, of course. Okay. It's not great. So I could get my raider with the gold, or I can just get a few archives. I really would rather have draw here, I think. Still. Can't raider me this time. I guess if I buy Fairgrounds, it'll already be at 10. He might be doing the Druid, the Sun's Gift, is that what it's called? Yeah, he could be doing Sun's Gift mid-turn. Nope. Wait, what? I can't imagine that's what he actually wanted to do. I may want to add money this time. He's really hitting the charms, which is reasonable. I ought to be able to archive a copper here. That should be pretty easy. Okay. Now we're in business. So, Help me with the math here. 8. I could buy port. I could get a lot of money here, I think is what I'm imagining myself saying. I could also get the Raider stuff now. So I could... Yeah. Like, I could get 4 conspirators. I guess I'd have to check to make sure that's not lowering the piles too much, but I don't think it is. Four conspirators would not be too awful to have. Beginning port, 4 conspirator, that would leave 3. Yeah, I don't think he can pile. That would be a lot, although it would be pretty bad to lose that way. Of course, it could be 3 conspirators in that dungeon, you know, that I'm supposed to have. That's less, I don't know how this works. It's a little less worrisome from a consistency standpoint, I guess. I'm like a card up and trashing. I have an extra stables. I have 1 less charm. I have less dead cards, dead drawing cards, whereas he has considerably more of those. Well, he has 1 extra archive. I'm not really worried about the Raider. I didn't actually add any stop cards to my deck that turn, so I trashed 1, so I'm going to be able to draw the deck still. Even if he, or I suppose when he Raiders me. His Raiders are 4, but how close are they? 1. He doesn't have silver. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. He's just at 10, 11. He's not that close to upping the fairgrounds, but I think I can toss the conspirator safely. I just want to have coppers for the stables. It's not a huge deal. The druid may be, I guess it's unlikely the druid is going to do a whole lot else. Okay. So he triple, I mean the triple fairgrounds are pretty nice as far as that goes. I don't know if he actually has the deck to sustain that. How much money do I have now? 15, 17, 19. I have $21. Or I can go down to 20. Or it can go up more, I guess. I mean, I could go... No, that's not really gonna cut it. I have to think his deck can't hold that green all that well. Or I guess he did archive twice, but I guess I'm thinking he's probably not going to do this triple fairgrounds that many more times, though maybe he is. Won't be that impossible for him to up the fair. He'll have a lot of buys if he takes a turn and he wants to go, you know, Duchy Estate Curse or something, then he can suddenly upgrade the fairgrounds. We're really... So 18-7, I would take a buck 18, 20. So I could get a Conspirator here. I can also get a Charm. I mean, I could triple Fairgrounds, right? I could even Fairgrounds. I could Province Gold triple Fairgrounds. That seems okay. Got another copper coming into hand. He's not... It's gonna be really tough for him to buy Fairgrounds here, I think. The Druid as a sort of a cheap man's inn is going to be okay also, probably, once you have green. Like, I expected my turn to probably not trash and probably do the other thing. Where the other thing means, plus 2 cards, or plus 2 cards, discard 2 cards. Which I assume is what he's going to do, yeah. He's got to make this shuffle less awful for himself. A little bit. Yeah, the Raider, I mean, it's you know, it's a discard attack. It does decrease my hand size, but I wasn't really accounting for his Raider cash very well. I don't know if that'll matter, but fortunately, Charm and Fairgrounds don't cost the same, so you can't really do anything too tricky there. Or too convenient, maybe, is the right way to say that. So I added $2 to mine. I mean, by trashing the copper, I did, I guess, take away my ability to triple Province, which I would have had if I had just bought the gold and not trashed the copper. But I'm not sure if that's as important as thinning a little bit. Though maybe the thinning is not too important given some of the filtering we have, so maybe I should have kept the copper around just to have triple province as a possibility. Does he still have his stables left in hand, I guess? Maybe I miscounted this. Surely he has 4 of these, right? I don't know. I mean, I guess he's looking for endings, but that looks hard to find. I mean, he's got a buy from Druid. He's got 4 charms, so he can gain 6 cards. So I guess if he has $17, maybe he can do it. I think that's what it would take. He'd have to go Duchy, empty charms, buy 2 fairgrounds. So if he has I guess if he had that much money he could do it, but he would have to use, maybe there's a trick, maybe he's just gonna double province. I don't know. Silver, okay. I'm getting 1 copper off an archive. So do we need to keep 3 coppers? I mean, the ports are kind of not really that important. The only thing the port is nice for, which is not nothing, is being able to do the druid thing prior to the end of the turn. I mean, I'm going to end up discarding some charms or golds or whatever, but that's fine. I guess in that sense, the conspirator is probably the thing to toss. I don't actually know. Okay, well, we already have lots of treasure. This could be very bad, I guess. Well, that was really weird. But very nice that I did, in fact, make it through some of this. I have another dungeon, right? I'm not imagining that. So it must be my last card. Yeah, so there's a lot of cards in the discard, but I have to draw them. Or I need to at least try to draw them. So I left a charm and a conspirator, along with some coppers. So not the best, but so I can double province. How close am I to having extra fairgrounds? I'm at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'm at 12. He's at, what did he buy with his? He bought a silver. So he's at 1, 2, 3, 4. He's just at 13. So that's a pretty easy. Estate Curse is a pretty easy extra amount of points for him. So one of these times maybe the draw won't be so good for him. I'm not sure. I could get Raider. It's not any good. I could go Raider Province, double Fairgrounds. Then on his turn, he just has to triple charm. Which is not too hard. Triple charms, yeah, Duchy triple charm. I guess if I could upgrade, I mean, if I could get the Fairgrounds here and go up, but I'll just get to one more unique and also not. So I'll still be 2 cards short of it. Will give me, yeah. And so whatever, he could Duchy. I would have 32. He Duchy triple charms, buys an estate. That'd be 6-9. That'd be 9 points for him. How much money did he have last time? What would he need to beat me then? Okay, if I had scored up to 32, that's already enough, right? So that's... that I can't do. I don't even know if I can use this 2 for anything. It doesn't really help me to get the Conspirator. I guess I can buy the estate. It's a little bit questionable. It would give me my 13th unique. Which makes boosting Fairgrounds pretty easy. Just a Duchy Accursed. This might be wrong. Could get the curse now. I'm not going to do that. The Raider may actually really hurt this time, since I don't have any archive stuff. I mean, this turn may be really duddy, truthfully. His archives are gone. I guess he has one left. I assume he's not really stuck since he has like 30 dungeons and the druid still. I assume he's not going to trigger shuffle here, but just come up to the edge of this shuffle with his druid or his dungeon, whichever. We'll see. He might be able to get the fairgrounds and up them this turn, which would be a lot of points. So he did go through the shuffle. Maybe he's just convinced he has a finish. Or he's just not too worried about it with 2 dungeons in play. Gonna get a druid, I assume, as well. Unless he already discarded it or something. I mean, I'm sure I would have lost if I had emptied the druids. He can do probably gain the fairgrounds though and the duchy estate. Well, that's quite a lot of money. $19. Well, if he can't get the estate, he surely can do 17 and get the double fairgrounds duchy curse, which is still a lot of points. Right, his score will go up by like 20 points. Maybe I needed to get 1 fairgrounds on my turn just as like a denial. I'm not sure that makes any sense, but yeah, I guess both the druid powers can help you manage the top of your deck here at the end, so it's not a big deal to play on through the shuffles, depending on if you're able to save the druids or not. I assume he'll just toss most everything. So he's got 4 charms. Yeah, like if he goes fairgrounds, duchy estate, I'll give him 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, I give him 15. That'll be like 20 points. I don't know that I can recover from that. He may have sad turns coming up, but I would need a few for me to come back, because I couldn't take double promise. Oh, I'm not even going to have that good of a turn. I don't know why I'm talking about that hypothetical. This first game is a long one, though. I've been playing it just as, or probably slower than him. I do have a dungeon. The archive's gone. Even more money. Oh, he even got to gain an archive off it. Yeah, that's just so many points. I guess I'll discard a copper. I don't really know. So, yeah, he has to dud so many turns. No, basically. Like, I need time to get my fairgrounds up and score the provinces, I guess. Well, I mean, I'll be able to get my fairgrounds up. I just need a raider or something. Problem is that my turns are going to be not very good. What do I have here? I can just buy a province. I can double duchy. That doesn't seem to be terrifically impressive. He is drawn way better than I expected him to throughout, but I don't really know that it was that lucky or anything. But and surely, well, if he stopped, he must have enough money to... Either he's got a hand of charms or a hand of some green. Which I assume it's charms. So he may just have the finish if he's got 3 charms or whatever. And he's just gonna province, I guess. So he... now I have to switch to duchies. I guess I gotta put this copper in hand, right? So can double duchy here. I've got like a 5-point curse I can buy sometime. So now he has nothing set aside. It's like I got a 5-point curse or a 6-point feedum, not worth anything from the silvers, but just from the whatever it's called, the fairgrounds. He has to like totally do nothing. Like I need him to have the stables green hand right now, basically, I guess. And then I have a shot if I can, like he has to get literally nothing, more or less. One estate is even too much, right? Because, well, if I draw real big, I can overcome that, but... It's interesting. I mean, I don't think I buy the curse now, right? It doesn't... I mean, I could have... It may be the best chance to have a buy. That's the only issue, is whether I need to do it now to have the buy. So I guess I can assume next turn he'll be able to do something. Maybe even this turn, but... There are all the archives. That's too bad. I'm sure there are hands he could have drawn where I made it out. But maybe it's really unlikely. I mean, this hand surely can at least get a duchy. Well, probably a lot better than that. Yeah, he's just going for province. If he plays the raider, I'll cry. So, I don't know. I don't know. It felt like the early draws. I mean, mine were fine. I don't. But it felt like he was getting around a little better than he ought to. But maybe I could be misreading it badly. Obviously, Dungeon can do that fine. Staff, fix it. Please. This is... I guess you can do tunnel rebuild. I don't know if that's good. It's really hard to build up to anything else. I mean, you can do knights, but then if you don't hit the rebuild, you lose, I guess, just really easily. There's no draw. The junking isn't very impressive against rebuild. The trashing doesn't let you build to anything. There's nothing to build. Or there is apparently nothing to build, it seems like. He gets a 5-2, which I guess is pretty cool for him. Not so cool for me. I do get this. I guess I could have bought the tunnel on my 3. I'll do that here. He's getting a gold now. Maybe not. Well, he is, but no, he's not. Okay, never mind. He found that thing first. I am getting a tunnel or a gold, I guess. I don't even know if this is good or not. It's not a thing I have much experience with. I'm not getting a rebuild buy out of it though. Sorry. That didn't make any sense. I'm not getting, and I'm not very good at drinking water. I'm not getting any upgrade from the rebuild here. The overgrown estate's in hand, so it's just doing, you know, jack squat. I guess I just get a gold and I buy a tunnel. I don't know. I have no idea how to play these types of games. I could do the trashing thing. Is that like good? No idea. It feels like my path is going to be more on the he did that to trash and necro. Yeah. It's not awful. Really not sure how this is all gonna pan out, but this is my 3rd rebuild. Maybe that should have been a duchy already. Beats me. Ooh, I get to buy a province. That's nice. And I'm gonna gain some golds here and move a duchy up to province. So that's pretty cool. Pretty clean shuffle too. I guess this is a question of do I want the points or what? Like I can name tunnel and I'll trash a province. I guess I better just get another duchy out of it. Not a big amount of points, but this can't be a hard choice, right? Unless I'm missing something. Is it one of these fancy plays gotta deny duchies or something? I don't think that's very good. Maybe he'll do it. I don't know. This would be a nice time to know what's left in the deck, but I mean, okay. Does it do me any good to buy this tunnel? Probably not. I would like to buy another province, would be ideal. Named province, blah blah blah. This last turn may not be that great. Like, what does buying the tunnel do for me? Besides score me 2 points. Here we go. That's what I want. Unless he has 3 provinces. Or 3 rebuilds or something. I don't know what else to do there. It may just be a win for him, but if he can find a duchy, he can win, I guess. I don't know what the duchy situation is. If he has a rebuild. So I win, I guess. Can name tunnel. Okay, so I got some nice hands to buy provinces, which really helped me out. I did have a lot of golds, but definitely lucky to draw those. See if we can start this one without having to reset. Alright, we made it. Ooh, good, a Pooka game. Pooka's fun. I guess Lost Arts Wharf is a pretty decent thing. Pretty interesting board. Do we want to trash the coppers or not? You can open with the Lost Arts, I guess, if you want. You can open with a Raider also if you want. I guess my question is whether I want a Pooka or not. Whether I want like a Jack. Probably not. I mean, you can play with a lot of the board here, I guess. I don't know how much of it to play with. You get points for that because you do get museum points. So the Devil's Workshop, you know, gain you extra things and also get you an imp. It'll be a decent chunk of points through the course of the game. Somehow you, of course, just won a lot of wars, though. He buys a Sage. Okay, it's fine. Don't have a lot of terminal space unless you start getting lucky with your heralds. Not impossible to just have a million wharves fast and green really fast either. If there's a better trasher here, I definitely would go for the more complicated thing. It's just gonna be so hard to manage it all, I imagine. Alright, I'm gonna try the Pooka. Nice draw from me. This is weird. Of course you can get like gladiators, but by the time you get there, but I mean, yeah, there's no special advantage of getting the first gladiator or anything. The game could be over. I mean, you could run the provinces so fast here. I guess I'm gonna get a Devil's Workshop if I... Did my internet die? Great. Bleh. Okay. Good Pooka draws for me. For sure. I can get a imp, I suppose. Or just twos, or 2 4s. 2 3s or 4s. Could get Wharf. So it's like Wharf Imp or Wharf Imp Curse. It should be precise, I guess. Or double Herald maybe. Herald Jack's not totally crazy to me. It's not going to play all that well with the Pooka, but it'll play well with the wharves eventually, I think. Let's try the herald stack. Maybe it won't work, but do I want 2 heralds or do I want a jack? I've got a pretty cruddy hand here. Unless I keep drawing this Pooka like I've been doing. Maybe I'll reveal it with herald. The jack is maybe just greedy and dumb. I don't know. Maybe he doesn't even qualify for greedy. Could just be pure dumb. What did he do? He bought Pooka. Yeah, that's okay. Do I want 2 heralds or do I want a gold? We should be buying wars by now. Like, this is sort of crazy. I get an imp. I can put lost starts on herald, I guess. No actions there. Let's draw Beggar. Okay, that's fine. I do need to play the jack sometime. It's another Pooka, huh? How many cards did I discard with Sage? 2. Well, this is okay. He's gonna resign? Okay. Maybe his hand was really bad. I mean, I was having good turns for sure. I didn't feel like it was one, but maybe it was. I didn't know what his deck looked like really, so. I had a good start on the heralds for sure. And a way big start on trashing, I guess. Probably can do Festival Watchtower here. Looks pretty good. I'm gonna open Monument Oasis. The festival count is pretty important. Festival split. I guess you could do Miser if you wanted to, but feels like that'll lose you the split too badly. So you could do Miser, pretty decent payoff if you get those coppers down, and the game lasts long enough that works, but I think missing the 5 buys early on is just too bad. You gotta get an apprentice, you gotta get the festivals. So I may hit double 5 here. That would be awesome. I would probably get a second apprentice, but I'd think about a festival. This will be a watchtower for sure. Could be Oasis, but it'll be a watchtower. My apprentices are missing so far, which is not great. He had a nice turn. I could buy 5, but I want to get trashing going. Third apprentice I'm not in love with. If he's got 5 here, this should be a festival. I don't even think it's close. He doesn't have 5, but this was a nice turn. Very, very nice turn. How many cards? I mean, I want to get through this. This is like monument and coppers, so I want to move past this. So I can just draw to the end here. Should have a festival by. That was just like a really good turn. This would be another festival. Probably the next 5 after that will be a monument. Or not a monument, an outpost. This shuffle is not looking as nice, but that's okay. I could trash one of these Oasis, maybe. Not ideal turn for me. Hopefully he doesn't have 5. But he probably does, since he's... No, he doesn't. Okay. I'm getting this stuff chopped up okay. This stuff trashed. So is he. That's not what you want to see. I really have to top deck Apprentice, which draws a festival, or top deck a festival for this turn to be much recovered. See if he gets the outpost now, or if he keeps on the festivals. Yeah. So time to see if we're happy or sad. Oh, we're sad. I mean, this is good stuff left, but I want to try and get to 5. Yeah, that's about all you can... It's about what you expect. I don't even know if there was a copper. Maybe it was just crazy to try and draw it. I don't even think another watchtower edition helps me. Yeah, this is trouble. He's gonna get an outpost turn here where he can probably top deck Festival and Watchtower. So he'll know it's good. Probably finish the coppers off in his deck over this turn and the next turn, I would guess. So that should be about it. Okay, well, he didn't have enough to do everything I imagined, but at least top deck Festival. And this, presumably he has Watchtower left in hand that he knows about, would be my assumption. Otherwise he played it wrong, but yeah, he did. Yeah, now he should buy another Festival this turn. I mean, really all your buys should be Festivals till they're gone. Pretty much. He gets so clean, and he's getting ahead on the monument stuff as well. Will he have double if he has a copper? If he has a copper left, he should double Festival, I think. Should be pretty well over. I mean, I'll play out a little bit just in case there's some really weird shuffles or something, but I'm already more or less toast unless I draw a Festival on the top here. You can just buy Oases, like that's totally safe. Those aren't gonna hurt you. Monuments might hurt you, and I don't know. It's not really the spot where it does a whole lot for you, but I mean, it could have also apprenticed the Oasis, would have been the other thing to try. I got 2 junk cards in there, so I can't really play the Oasis. And it doesn't particularly help me. I gotta replace this Watchtower. We can do quite large triumphs, so I don't have to resign yet, since he could have a really bad turn. Does Apprentice of Festival even help me? Probably not, but gets me a point, basically. Some money. I could triumph now. He might, well, he ought to. He ought to be able to finagle a pile out here. He ought to be able to empty the curses. Maybe not quite, but I'm pretty sure he can finish here. Okay, I guess I'm not that sure since he didn't draw through. Okay, he can't, but you know, it's fun to pretend like he could have. I mean, he can top deck Festival and Watchtower here, and he could get one estate. I have an amazing opening hand. I'm like imagining we have like twice as many buys as we actually have. Like, he can't empty. He could not have ended the game. And I can't, certainly. I have 5 buys, right? Because I killed one of my festivals. Yeah, I killed one of my festivals, so I have 4 festivals, so I have 5 total buys, which means I can do 10 gains max. Which it could end on Oases, right? I can end on Watchtowers and Oases if I somehow have a way to get the points as well, which is just not impossible, but it seems hard. Like, Marcus is going to score some here. He's going to triumph some here. He can either triumph by lowering curses. I mean, he doesn't have to lower curses. You can buy coppers, right? He can score like 20 points or something. 20 more points. By doing like 3 copper buys and 3 triumph buys. He can score a whole bunch. That's got to be worse than... I mean, maybe he doesn't want to lower the piles. I guess that's it. I guess that's the fear. He's going to triumph once, I assume. Anyway, he did score a lot. I guess the issue with the triumph is the risk of piling out. So I can now potentially pile out on Oases and Estates, or on Watchtowers and Estates, since I have 5. Since he did lower those to the Estates, they're a little easier to pile than... Well, I guess not, actually. Yeah, so that didn't make it any easier for me. Well, not... it's a little... It's sort of easier. It's not easier money-wise. I mean, it's the same money-wise. It's fewer buys, but it... I don't know. There's triumph considerations. That was perfect draw. So here we go from here. Another perfect part of the draw. I'm gonna have to go for the end because I'm not gonna beat him on the next turn, I don't think. So I just have to hold my turn is okay. That my outpost turn is good. I have another watchtower, right? I bought it. Oh, I don't have another watchtower. Okay. Well, I don't have to have it right now. I have to have it later. So it would have been nice to top deck some stuff though, and to trash some stuff. I think, probably. So somehow I have to get just super lucky. Like, I mean, I just have to top deck watchtowers and estates, essentially. So I can get up to $15 here and just empty the oases. I need to take one triumph because I've got to this isn't gonna work. I need to take one triumph because I've got to get the points, but what is this triumph worth then? Like 5. So if I oases triumph, then I have 5 debt, which I have to get $15, right? Okay. Well, not that much, really, just $8. Not 50. I'm sorry, just 13. Yeah, because I had to pay it off, and then I've got to buy 4 estates and another triumph, or something like that. Oh, what? Well, yeah, okay. That's still how I'm gonna do it. Where's a festival? Oh, I don't make it, do I? I can't make it now. I had to find a festival there sooner. Because now this is just dead. Also, this is no good because I gotta top deck a... Well, I can't. Those were the watchtowers too. Yeah, I had to see a festival sooner. So this is just done. Maybe, no, they would have been more. It would have been, yeah. If I had drawn, I would have made it, because that would have been enough points. But I didn't. I was close, though. Drawing that apprentice in the first hand was nice. There's not a great deal to do here. No extra gains particularly. I mean, develop is there, but not a really fantastic source of extra gains. Though probably worth it. It just looks like an Alchemist stack, right? Into platinums. Platina. And then buy colonies. Like, I guess you want to have it develop so that you sometimes so that you can at least somehow gain an extra province or a duchy off a thing at the end of the game. And it's nice to get the silvers now too. I'm gonna go develop silver, and then yeah, courtyard opening looked fine too. I'm gonna buy a guide here. This was not great. I guess I'm gonna take a gold. It's maybe better to just save your buy for like a band, but I don't think tactician does anything for me. I could get a raider, I guess, just to buy it for one time in the cage match. But it seems worse than gold to me. Maybe it's not worse than gold. Just try it. Yeah, this is a bit sad. I mean, I guess I'll take university, can just gain 1,000,000 guides. At some point it's really not doing much for you. This will be a band. These draws have not been the best. I would have liked to have bought an Alchemist before now. So my potion missed and I hit 2p. But okay, that's fine. And I hit maybe just 1p, I don't know. This feels like proper punishment for buying a raider, so I can only blame myself for that. But I can correct it. I can get rid of the raider. I won't do that, but thank you for drawing a silver world. I don't know. Trying a silver guide. I can develop here probably. I can do the guide next time. It's a little better next time. Maybe. Probably gonna guide on my turn. He's definitely ahead. But look, I can play Band of Misfits as guide. No wait, no I can't. Well, I could. I mean, I'll probably be able to get more later on, right? So why not? That was intentional, everybody. I just want to make it clear. not going to do it there. Actually, I should undo this. I don't even know if this is actually better or not. Like, he may... Like, I might force him to... He might. I guess I'll try it. I guess I'm going to guide here. Though maybe it's worth it to make the coppers miss. Definitely clean. This doesn't really help me. I need to buy an Alchemist is the big thing. Is the biggest thing, I guess I should say. I didn't find my raid, or oh, I discarded it. Okay. It's not great. His turns are like buy an Alchemist and do this trashing stuff. I'm not getting to play my develop, unfortunately. I still think it's going to be worth guiding, though. Even though it may cost me a develop play. Possibly it would have been nice to get a get the band there instead of the other guide, but done is done. It doesn't matter, I'm gonna call guy. Now I'm stuck with this garbage hand. You know, I haven't been paying attention. What is developing? I wonder if there was a turn where I could have developed the university. That's the real question, I suppose. If that was something I missed. And maybe it was. This turn should be alright. I'm a bit over terminal now. I mean, I have one village, but if I get a chance, I will develop that university. I wonder if I did like miss a shot to do that already this game. Wouldn't surprise me. He goes for platinum. I think that's probably right. I know that the whatchamacallit is in here. The band. That was an awfully nice venture. Yeah, university is optional. So I can get the last 2 alchemists on my turn if I find the potion. At least so far I can do that. Then I really am over terminal, but so that's a question whether it's worth it to get the last 2 now, or if I want to draw on and try and play the raider and buy a. I guess it's a question of whether keeping the university is actually okay, since I can play 2 courtyards with it. I don't have any high level of confidence that that was correct, but so here I'm sitting at. I could get the Colin or the platinum, but I think I'm gonna go with the Alchemist for now. So I could have won the Alchemist split there, which is weird. I thought he was way ahead on that, but I guess I'm just missing stuff. I'm not seeing his turns, of course. He's gonna finish. So maybe if I was paying better attention there, I might have actually taken the I might have actually wanted to take that to get the Alchemist split 6-4. Now here's a question of whether it's worth it to call guides. I mean, I have like 1 million guides now to try and make sure this turn buys colony, or sorry, buys platinum and gets a trash in. That maybe isn't feasible. Let's do this. I'm gonna start from here, which is maybe super bad. Okay, so basically I can do what I wanted to do, which was get a trash in and play a raider. I'm not so worried about top decking stuff, to be honest. I think between the guides and occasionally top decking alchemists, the turns probably end up okay. Probably. Maybe not. Question for second, platinum or no? The Band of Misfits are kind of scary. Well, I mean, at worst case scenario, it's a It's a courtyard. I think I'm actually gonna call guide on this hand. And this hand too. Go from here. Maybe that was really stupid, but you get another platinum. So that was not the best turn ever. Maybe my guiding was really dumb. Wouldn't surprise me. Not the best to have the raider out. Well, this is a good hand to guide actually, so. He's gonna colony now. I would guess. Yeah, this is worth keeping. Pretty easy. This should let me replenish the guides just fine. Doesn't matter. I guess I could. Double raider doesn't do anything for you. Let's play all these. Probably a bad shuffle to trigger, actually. Oh well. So he misses colony? Nope. Too bad. That would have been nice. Okay, we'll fill up the... Did he top deck? He did top deck Alchemist there. Okay. I don't know why I would top deck that. I should be top decking like a platinum. Right. It's like, will we get to the end? Will someone be able to... We're gonna do province dancing. It's gonna be gross. In theory, I can score a little bit more on a given turn than him, since I can potentially do 2 develops. But that's far from a guaranteed sort of thing. Yeah, I guess we're gonna start in on this horrible part of the game. How many? He top deck 4 Alchemists. So no need to play the copper. He's not going to raider me this turn. Guess he's going to buy a province. Who went first? I went first. I can't really offer him the ties either. It doesn't make much sense to. I mean, I could do, well, I don't know yet, but I potentially could do colony province here. And then he would just need to colony anything, basically, to beat me. And just colony ties. So that's out. So we're going to march the provinces down, too, okay? That's pretty boring. I need to keep 1 copper, I guess. Last card's a platinum. If I keep 1 copper, then I have enough to do the develop of a platinum and still buy 1, at least if I draw everything. Do we really want a platinum on top? I guess it's as good as anything. I guess he's picking between stuff he had to develop. Okay. Once we empty the provinces, it's just the same old song and dance again, right? He won't want to take the second to last one. Someone could whiff province or colony. Okay. Maybe he has it and he's gonna go for it because he can just take time. That was sort of weird. He's doing province duchy. I guess to set up I'm not actually sure what to do. So there he's setting, what did he trash for his, no, he just bought the duchy. So he doesn't have, does he have 2 platinum? Yeah, he has 2 platinum. So he is now in a spot where he can only he can only colony if he draws everything, literally. And he can't colony on turns where he doesn't have Raider. Right? It's impossible. So he can't colony the next turn. He can he can colony the next turn, he can't colony the turn after that. So there's like no I don't want to buy a colony now, but I certainly can next turn, and it's safe. But he might buy a colony. So if he buys a colony, he'll be able to 55. I just have to do the province, the whatever thing. I mean, I can do my double province now. That doesn't seem great. I would like to find the Raider, of course. I think we just play on for a longer game. That's not great, because now if I don't play the Raider, then I have limited options as well. And I'm not attacking him. He didn't top deck any Alchemists though, right? So, but it really hurts to not play the Raider. I maybe should have top decked something crappy and planned on guiding, actually. Since it's like Raider, colony, copper. Like if I throw on the province and then plan to guide, maybe he'll let me do that. This might be wrong. So he's gonna have to call guides to have his turn fire. He just has to find platinum, silver, venture. Can just play for the long game. Can play for the win right now, which it's not like he's probably calling guides. And he's got to get a hand with the specific cards in it. Whoops. Sorry about that. Yeah, I shouldn't overthink that guide stuff. Whether to buy the it's safe for me to buy colony this turn. Since I didn't get the raider down, if he does buy colony, all I can do is do provinces this time. So he's going to play with 2 alchemists, I guess. But I have a couple turns to develop things, I guess. Is the point. Is a point. I mean, it's not the point, but like I can get a duchy off the potion, and I can get a duchy off a raider. Actually, that's true. If he does colony here, I do still have one potential out, which is hitting the 2 develops and a colony. It's a lot of cards. I mean, it's a lot of cards that I'd have to draw in the right order. So it's not likely, but there is an out, even if he colonies with double develop. I just need targets for points, which basically means like raiders and or potions and or a silver or a guide. Well, I don't have any guides in deck, but so anyway, this turn I can I'm going to definitely be guiding at the start of this next turn. Since this is going to have, so I should put something cruddy on top. This will just be a colony buy or a province buy for me. Yeah, I didn't find the platinum, so I missed out on my chance to buy colony there, which would have put me in a really strong position. This turn he's just going to buy province, and then it leaves me with the potential to do province gain off the develop and buy a colony. At least it's possible. It's not very likely to draw that, especially given my starting hand here. And the raider won't really matter, but long games. He did get his raider down. So he's very, very, very likely to be able to buy. Yeah, unfortunately, for me at least, that's not going to cut it. So unfortunately for me, like colony duchy doesn't cut it, right? It would cut it points wise, but it doesn't in the game. So that's a problem. Basically only province colony works, and well, this has got to be the hand, right? But there's no way. He didn't top deck anything, so it's not like he does have all these guys. He just has to guide around until he finds his platinum. Is that basically the situation? That's the situation. So to get the province. just not happening, right? Well, it could. I mean, I drew. This was a nice draw. Is there anything that's worth doing university before the shuffle? I don't think so. I need just a really lucky shuffle now. I have to find the platinum, and then I win. Basically, if my platinum's in the top 3 here, or, well, there's some other outs with, like, Alchemist being here. I should check, though, to make sure there's not a win, like, already. I wouldn't want to miss a forced one. Like, I can double duchy. With this hand, I can double duchy province, which is just a tie. So that doesn't quite work. Right? Double duchy. Yeah, I do have double duchy province. Yep, just gotta find out if the platinum's on top here. Well, still possible. Boo, sad times. Okay. Yeah, I guess it needed to not, well, okay, the Alchemist let me search a little bit more, so whatever I'm about to say isn't exactly correct, but so we just have to hope he can't guide around to platinums with 2 guides. That's basically it. I can buy the colony. Should I draw on, I guess? Yeah, Duchy Colony is the lead, but not a useful one. Just don't want to miss something. Probably I already did, but I guess I really want that platinum in that next hand, so, well, I can top deck it. Okay. So that's unfortunate. Come on. Oh. I didn't know you had so many silvers left. Or, I didn't even know you had that many silvers, period. I don't know if there was a different way to play it that was better. That could have been. Someone should let me know if there was. At the end there. I'm going to play Dr. Steelhammer after this match, so if you want to watch more Dominion, you will have that option. I mean, I had quite a nice draw to even get a shot at the platinum at the end there because my guiding into the 4 basically only missed 1 alchemist, and I didn't miss any in the end, but the guide on my last turn was really nice, or the alchemist clumping, I should say. Plus I hit university with like I would have taken a tie there if I had been second player for sure, but I couldn't because I was first. This board has no draw. It has triumph. It has, I'm just going to list the things it has. That'll be my insightful commentary. I think you just go Beggar triumph. That's a thing, right? I heard somewhere that that's a thing. Probably from Amel. How many points is that? Like a lot? Is it like a lot? I don't know. There's just like nothing to build here. You know what? Let's do it. I don't know what you do, like you just Beggar triumph a bunch and then you buy duchies. I don't even know what it does, but it looks pretty cool. I could scouting party first. And take 2 debt, basically. I need to be able to buy a beggar is the only thing. So I need to find estates or be sad. I think I need to buy a beggar. Now he's copying me. He's a copycat. These are rotten draws for me though, to be honest. Not this one. These are not rotten. I guess now he's gonna start triumphing. Just a big copycat. No thanks. Maybe if I had an estate in hand. Maybe he's going to double triumph here. Probably, right? That's what I would do. Double triumph. He gets a lot more points that way than me. Well, he gets like 1 more point. I'd do it. I'd totally double triumph if I were him. I guess he's just going for a bigger double triumph like he wants. No, he didn't even do that. That was weird. I don't really see the point of the mining village, to be honest. I forget if it's good for me to scouting party here. It's probably okay. Sure, I'll take a silver. Now a triumph isn't even like good for him, really. Just a couple points. I guess his dream thing is to like play two. Well, he only has one beggar, right? I'm not sure what his dream thing is. I guess he can buy provinces. That's his dream thing. Now he has two beggars. So now we can say that his dream thing is to play all his mining villages, two beggars, and a sacred grove, and double triumph. That probably is the best thing he can do. What did I discard with my... I should be tracking my beggars if I weren't dumb. But it's so much work. I think there's one in this hand. Okay, good. There were in fact two. Hopefully he didn't. Okay, he didn't. And then after I do these turns in which I triumph repeatedly, I guess then I buy duchies. The coppers will maybe run out sometime. Possibly. I don't know if scouting party actually gives me good odds of finding beggar or not, or because it triggers a shuffle with two beggars gone. So that wouldn't be the best ever. Okay, that was nice draw for me to find beggar again. I mean, it's not impossible for him to have a really huge turn, but also he could have that kind of turn too, which doesn't help him much. I have to kind of assume here I'm not going to get to triumph again anyway, but I will still scout just to make sure I find a beggar. So I'm doing okay on those points. Hopefully not too big. Yeah, that's okay. So he'll do his last triumph here. I can either try and rush down beggars or duchies. Oh, I can't afford a duchy this turn. I'm a buck short, but well, I'm $2 short. I do have a silver now, so wasn't impossible for this hand to be able to afford it. He has to catch up on provinces. He bought a bard. Okay. So scouting party or beggar? I don't know how good he'll be at buying provinces, to be honest. I don't know that I'm going to empty beggars very fast. I guess it can take me 4 turns, but he could have more points than me in 4 turns. So it's like, do I want to try and find a beggar? Hey, they were all coppers. So I could have bought a beggar and still been able to buy a duchy, but that's alright. This is pretty good. So I actually can draw a province hand with the silver, which would be pretty funny. I mean, his deck doesn't seem very good. Doesn't seem like his deck is good at buying provinces. I could probably buy 2 duchies as often as he buys 1 province, and I'm already ahead. Maybe it's not quite that bad for him, but probably pretty close to that bad. I'd be surprised if he, I'm not sure what he's, I guess he's gonna buy a gold or a raider. It's usually not. I guess my issue, I probably shouldn't have bought that copper. My issue will be running out of coppers for buying, as far as emptying the duchies goes, at least. The Sacred Grove, I guess the Sacred Groves aren't very helpful really for the other person. I think that's one thing maybe about Sacred Grove, is that it's really pretty good because the other person getting a boon usually is not good for them. Or it's not good for them very often. I guess here I'll scouting party and buy a beggar. He's lowering his points even there, so it's not like scary. I think this will be okay for me. Gonna get a mining village? No. Okay. Oh, I played that wrong. That was a mistake. I wonder if he'll let me undo. I clicked wrong on this scouting party. I actually forgot how scouting party worked. That was one of those more dubious undos since I saw my hand, but that wasn't why I wanted it back actually. Well, I wanted it back because I saw there weren't any. Whatever's in it. Weren't any. So if he buys a province this turn, can he so he's not buying a province this turn. So I can, he's not going to triple province, right? I guess if he has a, well, I got to count this. Well, I don't want this thing either way. I got to see if I can just buy the beggar or not. Probably not, because I haven't actually emptied the coppers yet. So I should probably just buy the duchies. I'm not really sure. He's not scoring anything here. So I could buy a beggar and scouting party until I make sure I find a beggar. And then he could like double province with like a really good draw. But that's not. On the other hand, I can of course just get the basically 2 turns after this I can probably end it. Well, it depends on if I can see a beggar in this next hand or not, really. And I wasn't going to, so deck trekking would have been nice to know there. I mean, he'll want to blow those mining villages up when he can. Or when he has to, I should say. Well, hey, I'm going to get to use one of his... My discard looks hilarious. It's getting pretty close. I mean, he could catch me here. You hope somewhere along the lines he has a hand that's kind of bad just from the greening, but he's got a lot of treasure, so. Where are the gardens? That's what I want to know. So like if I had gone focused beggar stuff, I would have needed to buy a beggar here, bought a beggar here. But I wouldn't have been playing a beggar this turn. Possibly I'd be playing a beggar now. So I'd be winning the following turn. But I'd have less points, right? I'd have considerably less points. So that's not what you want to see as far as your discarding goes. Though it was okay in the end. I guess I whiffed. No, I'm okay because he went first. I just have to find a beggar, the money or whatever. But if I hadn't had the duchy, Yeah, okay. He can't, there's only, I guess if he could have double province there, but. Alright, so we split them. And I'm going to play Dr. Steelhammer now, so if you want to watch more Dominion, you're welcome to. For YouTube people, as always, thank you for watching.